Today, the website of Man United is going to hate to obviously give us some huge update about the injuries that are really expected to obviously be done and dusted or cured by the time we go to play at Liverpool on Sunday. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys and where you're watching us from? Go by the names of Rock and David. Smash like button, comment and share, and we thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims. Barakallahu fikum. Now today is really a very huge day and I want to talk about the game of Liverpool. You know, tomorrow there is a press conference, or today there is a press conference depending on where you're watching in from, but by the time of recording in my country, it's obviously my honor to let you know that it's already 15th and we are looking towards the side of the press conference. Now, as Eric Ten Hag prepares to give us the press conference news, the website of Man United are going to give us a very huge update about Anton Martial, Marcus Rashford. Remember, they missed out on the game of Bayern Munich. That was a very huge blow for those two players, because if you had them on the bench, if they came on for the last 30 minutes of the game, trust me, they would have gone ahead to do anything, because Garnacho never really played very well and Rasmus Højlund was out of action in that entire game. You know, he only had 9 touches in, I think, that entire game. So that was really very bad for a player of his caliber, meaning that after 60 minutes, he was supposed to be taken off to see to it that another player comes in through to lead the line for the club of Manchester United. Then later, we suffered 2 injuries, one of Luke Shaw and the other of Harry Maguire. We suffered those injuries and it was really very nasty. But the pair is really under assessment and the website of Ghana here to give us a huge update about those 2 players. And for Liverpool, even the website of Man United of Ghana here to give us a little bit of a hint on players that are expected to be sidelined as Liverpool takes on Manchester United on Sunday. They've been Belgium today and I think they're going to hate to play that game, and few of the senior players we are into that starting 11. So where should we start from? Let's start it off from this article coming in through from the website of Man United. Forwards Anton Martial and Marcus Rashford missed the UEFA Champions League clash with Bayern Munich due to illness, while Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire sustained injuries in the first half to cast doubt on their availability. The defensive pair will continue to be assessed after being withdrawn at Old Trafford, with an update likely from the manager in his presser conference on Friday. Now, let's talk about Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire. I think if you're Harry Maguire, you wouldn't like to really get an injury in this moment, because he had gone ahead to obviously prove to the manager that I can do better than what people least expect me to do, and I can put my body on the line for the club of Manchester United. And the previous games have gone ahead to show us that he has been really good. To show you that he performed very well, Harry Maguire was really voted the Premier League player for the month of November, and he really put in a very huge boost in there for you. So after that, he got an injury, and that injury really affects him a lot. Do you know why? Lisandro Martinez is one of those players that is back. You know, soon he's going to be back into the squad of Man United. I think at the beginning of January, this guy is going to be available to come in through and play for the team of Manchester United. That is Lisandro Martinez. So, as Lisandro Martinez is making his way back in the squad, Varane has gotten playing time. And trust me, he was the best player on the field of play when he played against Bayern Munich. Him and Amrabat were the 2 best players on the field of play. So, if Varane is looking good and is expected to start in the game of Liverpool, and Lisandro Martinez is back on his way, trust me, Harry Maguire might be looking himself to go back to the bench of Man United, because we saw to it last season that central defense partnership of Lisandro Martinez and Rafael Varane gave us loads and loads of goals. So if that's the case, you really understand that no one can really get Harry Maguire back into that team, because they tend to be having a very good partnership and communication, that is Varane and Lisandro Martinez, and they complement one another very well to the fullest. So it's not really rocket science that these players are really going to be good, and Harry Maguire will lack space to play in that team of Man United, especially after Rafael Varane got back into the starting spot of Man United. So it's bad news for Harry Maguire for me, and I think Rafael Varane is the biggest beneficiary to coming through and really show us that I'm really the Rolls-Royce Varane who knows how to defend, and no one can defend better than me. So for that, it doesn't work in the favor of Rafael or Harry Maguire. But remember, Harry Maguire, when we flip the coin, he shouldn't obviously also worry a lot. Do you know why? Because Varane cannot play 8 consecutive games. He's also an injury-prone player. So even if he fits into the team like a glove, there is a moment when he's not going to be played because of his injuries. But we should also go ahead and obviously go further, that we are out of the Champions League and you're going to be playing 1 game a week. And one will argue that what made Rafael Varane really get injured was that he used to play 2 games a week. But if at all he's going to be playing 1 game a week, he might be fit for the rest of the season because he'll be playing just 1 game per week. So Harry Maguire has a reason to worry about this injury. And if at all that groin injury really keeps on or keeps him out for a month, by the time he returns, then Varane and Lisandro Martinez would have gone already to go ahead and really form that partnership that no one will come close to. And remember, United is really a team that if at all they're having Lisandro Martinez and Varane, they are really hard to beat. And that defense will obviously be watertight as it used to be. We go to Luke Shaw. So Luke Shaw is really needed. And I think out of the two, I might expect Luke Shaw to obviously coming through earlier to take part in the game of Liverpool at the Anfield, because I think it was like precautionary. He felt something and told the manager, I'm not going to force myself to proceed. And then he was off the field of play. That is Luke Shaw for you. And I wouldn't like us to go to Anfield without Luke Shaw, because if Erik ten Hag in any way wants a fast central defender, he'll obviously have to play Varane and Luke Shaw. So on the left back, he'll either play Sergio Reguilon or Diego Dallo, and the right back, I think it's gonna be Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That is it. So I think we'll discuss more that in the morning. You know, as far as this game of football, is really concerned. You know, the match preview will come in through after the presser that Erik ten Hag will address later in the day. Now, Luke Shaw, to me, I need him a lot because of his dynamism in that central defense and his pace. Though he was responsible for the goal against Newcastle, the goal against Bournemouth, the first one and the second one, but I think he's returning from injury, and that positional sense and discipline I think is really lacking, you know, because Rome was not built in one day and he keeps on really putting in the shift. So for me, Luke Shaw, I wait for the assessment. I think he's going to be one of those players that are going to train today at Carrington, and Erik ten Hag is going to address us about that. But the assessment news is going to be really given to us by Erik ten Hag, and so doing, it will be really working in favor of the club of Manchester United. That is it. So those two, the pair, we wait for the news, but I think we are going to get 1 or 2, especially 1 returnee from those. But for Antoine Martial and Rashford, I think they are past that illness and they're going to be available as we train, you know, at Carrington today and Saturday before we travel to Liverpool to take on the Merseyside rivalry. I think the rivalry, it's not a derby, the rivalry that has been here for a very long time that resulted into that coastline that used to obviously bring in things to Manchester and Liverpool. So when we go to Liverpool, there is a little bit of a hint that the website of United are going to offer to us, and it looks like they're going to be having 1, 2, 3 players that they're obviously gonna miss. They've told us that Joel Matip, McAllister, Robertson, Thiago Alcantara, Bajcetic and Jota are set to be unavailable for Liverpool on Sunday against Manchester United. And the big ones are Matip, McAllister, Robertson. You know, those 3 and Jota, 4 are really important members of the squad of Liverpool, and you can all agree with me that if at all they are not around, then their bench won't be really good enough. Because when you start off Darwin Núñez, Mohamed Salah and Luis Diaz as the front 3, that means you're left with Cody Gakpo, I think, only on the bench. Who else? You know? So it shows you that they're really lacking some good players. But that does not give us a chance to obviously beat them, because at Anfield, Liverpool is like a beaten snake, and they know the beauty of the occasion. And remember, the last time we played them, we went ahead to lose by 7-0, and today Liverpool has gone ahead to be beaten by Union Saint-Gilloise by 2-1, though Liverpool had already gone ahead to qualify, and they've gone ahead to top the table with 12 points, and they are going direct to the round of 16. So when you look at the lineup of Liverpool tonight, they had Kahela, they had Badley, Konate, Quarash, Chambers, that is the back for Endo Fernandez, Jones, Elliott in there for you, then Gordon, Cody Gakpo, and Diop, meaning that they only had Konate, Endo, Gakpo, Jones, and Elliott as the senior players. The rest of the players have been benched, and their bench had Darwin Nunes, who later came on through, Gravenberch, who later came on through to rescue the game, but it wasn't. Luis Diaz was unused substitute, so Basilai was really unused substitute, and guess what? Mohamed Salah, that danger man, had not traveled with the club, meaning that they are so much focused for the team of Man United. So wait and see what the assessment news is going to be like at the side of Man United from Erik ten Hag, and what Jurgen Klopp is going to say tomorrow about the presser of Liverpool ahead of the team of Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Rokan David is my name. Hope you guys are really doing fine, and hope you're really having the best of the best where you are. Your reactions to Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire injury assessment results being revealed today are welcome in the comment section below. Of the two, who do you want to return as soon as possible? Juma Karim to the Muslims, and for the Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I'm out. Good night. Those going to bed and those still awake, you never know. We might come up to throw out something special for you in the next 2 or 3 hours from now. Ciao, ciao.